Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Midnight Mayhem. Thank you for joining me tonight. Today, we're going to be talking about a movie, Late Night with the Devil. I did see this movie in theaters. I'm going to be joined with two of my favorite guests. One of them is my cousin. I don't know if we've ever mentioned that. If not, here's a big reveal. My next guest I do have just coming fresh off of his wedding. Once again, congratulations, Leo. And let's get to the show. And we're back. All right, so I'm once again joined with my two co-hosts.
I'm Bobby and I love horror.
I'm Leo and I love movies.
And I'm Raymond, the other guy. So today we're going to be talking about what is it?
The Late Night with the Devil.
Late Night with the Devil.
Late Night with the Devil.
All right, I'm not used to these late recordings. So first impressions, what did you guys think of this film?
At first I wasn't feeling it. I
about the first 20 minutes?
I would say, well, it was interesting. I was intrigued, by like the story behind this host and like what he went through. So I was like, okay, I get it. It's a little bit, build up, right?
Yeah.
But
once bit of info dump.
Exactly. But once we get to the actual, late night show, it was kind of like a slow burn. I was like, where is this going? I would say the first 30 minutes I was just kind of like losing it. But once they brought, obviously, like midway through, once they brought the main attraction of the show, I was like, okay, now it's getting interesting.
Don't refer to women like that, please.
That's not what I mean at all.
No. Leo's the type of person that skips the cutscenes.
Yeah.
When they go on too long.
What's going on?
Who
in this story?
died?
What's going on in this game? Why am I playing as this character now?
No, I do agree with you. But I do think this movie kind of fits perfectly into intro horror. I feel like people who don't watch horror movies and like just casually happen to see this are gonna love it.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a good Halloween movie. I mean, like it was like, oh, I want to show a movie to someone where it's not like too gory, too over the top, still scary. Yeah. This is perfect. I'm actually interested to see like my mother's response. People who like have watched more late night shows than me, because I obviously did watch a lot of them.
You've come so far not watching late shows, and now you're on one.
Yeah.
I know. Thank you for having me, by the way.
Yeah,
no worries. Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you.
So you said you want to get your mom's reaction on this?
Yeah, I'm kind of curious.
Were you just never into like late night shows, or how just?
I watched a lot of Stephen Colbert. That's like mainly it.
It's the same thing. Basically.
No, I know he's a late shot.
Yeah, a little more political, but you get the idea.
What I'm saying, like prior to like 2016, 2020,
yeah,
like nothing really. Yeah, I don't even really consider like John last week tonight.
Jimmy
John
Fallon
Oliver
is pretty good. I used to watch him all the time.
Yeah, I didn't.
Fun fact:
no?
I hate Jimmy
it.
Fallon. Jimmy Fallon.
He took
Jimmy
all
Kimmel.
He took all your.
He took all my views. The show's tanking. This is our set. Like,
Nah, I just never was really into it. Growing up, I remember just thinking whenever I would see a talk show, I would kind of check out.
yeah.
And then as I got older,
You're like, this isn't The Simpsons.
yeah, really. Where's Bobby Hill? Where's Hank?
Yeah, that
King
boy
of the
ain't right.
I'll tell you what.
But yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, I do think this is a pretty decent
Hold on,
entry level horror.
Hold that thought. We're gonna do a quick cut. Hold that thought.
Right on.
Oh, you felt that?
You gotta wait a little longer.
Oh,
Sorry for the technical difficulties. If we weren't so jank, I'd have a better time slot. But before we go a little bit further, let me just explain what this movie's about, and then we'll go into a little bit more about the information about the stories. So, short summary: in 1977, a live television broadcast goes horribly wrong, unleashing evil into the nation's living rooms. Right? That's the summary of the movie.
Yeah, that's literally it.
sounds perfect. You couldn't have done a perfect, more perfect summary.
Thanks, IMDb. I didn't write this myself, but
It's not like we're using AI.
so
Yeah.
Late Night with the
I
Devil
know.
is a 2023 supernatural horror film written and directed and edited by Colin and Cameron Carnez. It stars David Dashmalchan.
Yes, it's a very difficult last name.
Yeah. Lauren Gordon, Ian Bliss, Faisal Bazi. There's a lot of unknown talent
actors.
in this movie.
Yeah.
They're like they've been in stuff, but nothing where they're like leading roles.
No.
There's
So-
literally two people I have credited, which is the main lead and then the psychiatrist lady, which I don't know if you recognize her.
I did recognize her, but I couldn't like
From
say
where?
exactly.
I'll tell you in a bit.
All right.
But it's incorporates elements of a found footage and a documentary filmmaking, which some people often refer to as a mockumentary film.
Documentary. Yep.
Yes.
It follows the events of a late night talk show episode aired on the night of Halloween in 1977, during which the host attempts to boost ratings by inviting an allegedly possessed girl onto the show.
Mm-hmm.
So other than this film, for the directors, I didn't really find anything else too notable.
How many directors were there? Two?
Two, they're brothers.
Oh, okay,
that's
I
cool.
see. That's nice.
But yeah, so I just mentioned it. So it does star David Dasmalchian.
You got it.
Yeah, that's close enough.
Close enough.
He's not going to see this. Our ratings aren't high enough for that. But he is probably most notable known for he was in the Suicide Squad.
Right.
He was in The Last Voyage of the Demeter.
Uh-huh.
And if you're a fan of the show, you might also recognize him from The Boogeyman.
The Boogeyman.
Which came out within the same year as this show. Other than that, we also did have Laura Gordon, who was in Saw 5.
Wow.
So that's why I was like,
Yeah.
Bobby's going to get this. But let's go on to ratings.
All right.
I'll go first since I usually make Leo go first.
Thank you.
Actually,
much
let's make Leo
pressure.
go first.
Too much pressure.
Okay,
I think
go-
it's a
go ahead.
7. Solid 7. I've been giving things recently a 7, and I feel like this is right there with them.
This,
Yeah.
I feel like
This-
I've been giving out too many sevens, so I'm gonna give this one a 7.
yeah, no, but 7 feels correct. So, because for me, very obvious storyline. Like everything was super, super obvious. I was going into this like, oh, this is purely set up for this. And then I've seen a movie.
It's basically Occam's Razor, the film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a movie I've seen with this exact same premise. So when I heard the name of the show, Late Night, or the movie Late Night with the Devil, I was like, oh, this sounds exactly like that Shudder original, where it's about someone who gets possessed during a live stream. And I'm gonna pull up the name right now, but literally that's why I was like, oh, I feel like I know exactly where this movie is going.
I know which one you're talking
I'm gonna
about.
pull it up right now,
Oh,
but
those are-
that's my rating, and I'll tell you that's the movie name when you're done.
Okay. And Leo, what's your rating on this one?
Well, I feel like he gives sevens too much, so I'm gonna give it a 7. I'm gonna give it a 7. Solid 7.
Okay. Funny enough that you say that. So about, oh God, I guess it's been 3 years already.
Damn,
So
no,
about,
it's not.
So 3 years ago, I saw this movie in theaters.
3 years
you're-
ago? That
well,
makes
this
no
movie
sense.
came out in 2023,
What year are we in?
2025,
It's not 3 years ago.
2 years ago. I don't know math. All right, I do this for a living, okay? And you guys don't even pay me. All right, I'm getting my contract renewed.
Go ahead. 2 years ago.
Let's see if you keep me.
Two.
So if you're following our Instagram and you happen to just check my story on the Instagram page that very day,
I remember that.
I did post a small spoiler-free review of this film, and I gave it a 7 out of 10.
Raymond's
if I-
like, this movie gave me a splitting headache.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So if I can find the screenshot, I'll go ahead and pull it up. We'll pull it up on the screen right now. If not, we'll just chalk it up to lazy editing.
All right, I found the movie name. It's called The Cleansing Hour. Came out in 2019, a Shudder
okay.
original. That movie's about a guy who does like live exorcisms,
Ooh.
and the idea is that he has actually come across one that is real, and then everything just blows up from there. So I was like, but this does have a lot of unique qualities to it, which but that was just kind of my problem with going into it. I was like, I've seen something similar.
Mhm.
This has to wow me, and I believe the ending does do that in this movie.
Yeah,
so.
I think the last 20 minutes are really good,
Yeah.
and it gets a little dissected within the last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's like there was a lot of buildup, and then it kind of fizzles out.
It does fizzle out a little bit.
But overall, I mean, it was a good movie. I enjoyed it. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't regret
Mhm.
paying to go see it in theaters.
I would. No.
No, I wouldn't either. Especially with like the 70s vibe.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they really captured it perfectly.
Yeah, there was a lot of like continuity errors. Then it was just like if you were like a history buff or whatever, like you could nitpick on it.
I tried nitpicking on a couple of things, and I was like, wait, Vietnam War? And I was like, what year this movie comes out? And I was like,
Like, wait a minute,
77.
this movie came out in 2023.
Yeah.
The Vietnam War's been over for years, at least 2 years.
At least.
The what else was going on? The way they filmed it with the little borders on the edge. What's it
Yeah,
called?
the
16 by
aspect
something?
ratio.
4x3.
Yeah. I thought that was cool, and then when they actually implement the widescreen, I thought was very.
Oh, towards the end.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
Yeah,
talk about
yeah,
it just
yeah,
yet,
yeah.
but I
Yeah.
thought that was one of the cooler parts.
Yeah. I
of the
noticed
movie
that
as
too.
well.
I was like, oh, that's pretty cool because now it shows that
Ooh.
this is not the show anymore. This is real life. You know, like I love
Yeah.
that.
So
Yeah. But so
9 out of 10.
following tradition, my score, and I guess for you guys, this score is matching the IMDb. It's going to be 7 out of 10 for IMDb. Can you
yeah.
guess the
Look at
Rotten
that.
Tomato score?
I felt like
It's surprisingly high considering that there was a boycott to this film.
everyone,
Like,
everything I saw about this movie, everyone was praising it. So I thought everyone was going to be above a 7. My guess probably like an 8.3.
My
It was
8.7.
for the Rotten
97%.
Wow,
fuck?
yeah,
97%
people
on
really
Rotten
like this
Tomato.
movie. Yeah,
That's crazy.
I saw a clip of Joe Rogan talking about how he liked this movie, and I was like, oh wow, this must have really popped off when it came out.
I just took a horse tranquilizer when I went to see this movie. It was great.
Look that up real quick. What was that movie called?
Look it up real quick.
But yeah, so the budget of this film, very modest, $2 million.
That's pretty
That's super
modest.
small. That's a
Yeah,
very
pretty
small budget.
Pretty modest. Yeah.
It
Considering how
made-
many studios it took to make this movie.
everybody
That's-
pitched in a nickel.
Oh yeah,
dude.
I liked all this.
Seriously.
I like seeing all the studio title cards or like their studio references. in the
Me
beginning.
me and Raymond always make this
I think it was-
joke. There's like a Family Guy episode. You know which one I'm
Yeah, I
talking
know
about?
what you're talking about.
Where it's like Peter Griffin's like sitting in the theater. He's like, all right, finally, the movie's about to start. All right, and then it shows like
It zooms out. It's like Lighthouse Productions.
Oh,
yeah,
that
it's
one,
like, oh,
that-
okay, that's cool. And then it shows a plane landing. He's
He's
like,
like,
oh,
look at this lady. She looks like she's in trouble, and then she like
Yeah.
swerves off the road, and it's like
yeah,
like
it's
a Wet Road Productions.
This guy comes into a cabin. He's like hiding. He's like, oh, what does this guy do? He seems like he's in trouble. And it's like, what do you
Man
say,
in
like,
cabin.
yeah, behind
studio.
the.
If I remember
Cloud
correctly, I think it was
Productions.
Good Fiend was the one that had the coolest one, or it was like stop motion almost, or like claymation. It wasn't claymation,
Oh,
but it was
yeah.
that was cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a little animated one.
I always like the Blumhouse intros. Those were always really good.
Also, this
Too
was
bad the movies can't speak the same.
I know.
I
yeah,
gotta double
sure.
check, but isn't this an Aussie movie? This is
Aussie.
from Australia.
Oh,
I don't know. I'll
maybe.
double check for you right
yeah,
now.
we'll check on when we have one of our breaks, but I'm pretty sure.
The box office, $15.5 million.
Damn.
So
Damn.
nearly.
And it was only in select
times
theaters?
8. I don't think it was in selected theaters because the theater I went to, it's not like a huge one, and they were playing it.
Regency.
No, it wasn't Regency. I mean, it was
Oh.
an AMC, but it's like they don't usually get like.
Oh,
indie
okay,
movies.
okay.
Well, it's cool to see it succeed so well. When you love horror, you want everything to succeed. Even
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
so, it's like everyone's time and passion went into the project. So I could show love and appreciation on that behalf.
Mhm.
Yeah, Australian.
Yeah, Australian,
Nice.
right?
An
Okay.
international co-production of Australia, the United States, and United Arab Emirates.
And it's pretty good. I mean, honestly,
Well, now we know where those studios came from.
Aussies
All
have been
around the
knocking it out,
world.
dude. Is that what talks to me?
I mean, yeah, I was like, it's no talk to me, but it's a good.
I
It's a
know.
good.
it's still good.
It's a good movie. So did you guys know about the controversy prior to seeing the movie?
No,
Or
I
did you-
found out about it after.
I have no. I did hear a lot of controversy before even watching the movie. I didn't find it that big of a deal, considering how people are like, oh, it's like one or two things in the background. I was like, that's not that bad. It's probably like not even blurred out. It's probably blurred out or something. It's just for like,
yeah. So you know
background noise.
what the controversy is about, correct?
yeah.
Well, I'll let you say it because for the audience.
Okay. So this movie faced a lot of controversy because, as you know, this was released in 2023,
Mhm.
same year as the writer's strike.
Yep.
And this was around the time where they were talking about cutting writers out, cutting certain staff members out
Yep.
in favor of using AI-generated scripts, AI-generated images, art direction, any of that.
Yeah, I think we talked about it one time in one of our episodes.
Yeah.
On
so
our older
this-
episodes, we did talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a clip now. Probably not.
Probably not.
But the just file not found. But the interesting thing about this, so this movie was obviously filmed prior to the writer's strike because it was released that year. So it was around
Right.
went into production around 2022, and they were kind of messing around with AI because like who wasn't, right?
That's when AI started becoming a big thing.
Yeah. So they were just messing around with it, and even the main actor of the film, he was like, "Look, like if you guys don't want to watch the movie, and like if it's your thing, like I'm not going to defend the movie." He's like, well, everybody who worked on the film did really well.
Yeah.
And he's like, and I don't really see the point to like discredit it for the 3 seconds of AI art was used. So the AI art was used was transition cards. They made them with AI generated image, and then the the art directors touched them up. But because of the controversy behind the writer's strike, a lot of people decided just not to watch this film, which is why I'm actually pretty surprised on how successful the box office was.
Well, I guess one advantage the movie had was that it was so cheap to make because not a lot of people saw it, but it still made a profit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think a lot of, well, like I said, like casual watchers probably watched this and was like, "Damn, that was sick."
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Because it wasn't like a summer release or anything like that.
I think it was.
This came out very early in the year.
No way. I think it came out in like August or something. No.
No, let me give you exact date, but I know they weren't like trying to get the like summer like high schooler.
Interesting. No, I could have sworn it came out in like this August, like late summer, like early September kind of area. If not, maybe September.
March 22nd.
Wow, I was way off. Thank you, Raymond.
But thinking about it as a whole, like I know the topic's touchy, but I also don't see it as like the reason to let the whole movie go to crap just because of two people. So
because
like I respect artists. Like,
it's one thing if it was in production during the writer's strike and they were like, we're just going to use this to avoid hiring writers or artists. They like I said, they did pre-production on this in 2022, a whole year prior. So there was no way they could have known that everyone was going to turn on AI, that the studios were going to try and cut jobs because of that.
Back then, like AI was seen as like when ChatGPT was first coming out, it was seen as like a tool to kind of like,
it's like a starting point.
Yeah, it's like a starting point. Like, okay, you don't know where to start. This will help you like start, and then you develop the rest. Right?
I would have been
obviously, you know,
I would have been more insulted if this had been like thought concept wise from like AI, like AI generated like the script, and then like reactions or maybe some of the special effects like were like just straight up because I get it was an indie film, it's low budget. If it had been more like a severe use of it and like kind of dishonest approach to it, then I would have been much more upset. I probably would have dropped this down to like a 5, but the fact that it was just like three images that they try to touch up and they try to utilize it, I'm like, okay,
and
well,
kind of threw in the background.
I don't think it's worth taking the whole movie over that, especially when you're trying to do something else. But again, that's personal opinion. You could disagree with me, but
and if you're gonna disagree in the comments. We need the engagement. Our ratings are
this has to be our highest view. It's just tanked video.
Everyone's mad. We're gonna get a YouTube documentaries like how Midnight Mayhem fell. It's like there's like an arrow pointing down. Our ratings gonna sink faster than the stock market.
I see, Raymond's like brought in like a little grown psychiatrist to like.
He's like, hey, so for our next episode, we're gonna try and rank things up a bit.
That's so stupid.
But let's get a little bit into the story details. Before we do that, though, let's get a quick message from our sponsors, and we will be right back. All right, spoiler warning. Going on forward to the video, we're going to talk about a little more of the story beats to the film. If you haven't watched it, feel free. It is available on Hulu, Shudder, and I'm sure several other sites. I'll have them listed on the screen for your enjoyment. So the film follows Jack Dorothy. He is a late night talk show host. He was climbing the charts. He was doing really well. Not doing so great in competing. His viewership slowly falls. His wife succumbs to cancer. She unfortunately passes away. He tries to make a comeback. It's not really working out too well for him. And then they're trying to get one last big show in to bring the ratings back up before their show gets taken off the air. So this involves him to invite a couple of special guests, one of which is a little girl named Lily, who is a survivor of a cult where they were experimenting and sacrificing their members. And that pretty much leads us into the film where we start the show Halloween night, and we introduce to our first guest, Christoph.
Bobby. Oh.
Is his name right? Christoph?
Yeah, Christoph. Yeah.
Yeah. So Christoph was a psychic. Obviously it was kind of like Sylvia Brown. He's supposed to give you that feeling of like, he's just a hack. Like he doesn't really know
He
what's going
seemed like
on.
a hack. Like
He
at
seemed
first,
like a hack.
yeah,
at first
when he
yes.
started doing his whole bit, I was like, oh, this guy's full of baloney. You know, like he started doing his whole bit, and then all of a sudden, like, you know, once he started, because he he does that thing that a lot of psychics do, that it's like he starts naming a bunch of names until
Yeah.
somebody's like,
Yeah.
oh, I know that name. I mean, it's not really
He's like-
that name
he's
that
like,
I know, but it's kind of close to the name that
I'm
I.
sensing a name. It starts with an A, B, C, D, E, F, G, C,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it? Have you seen the show Psych? It's literally just that.
Yeah.
But yeah. Go on. So he starts like naming a couple of names.
Yeah, and then there's a guy in the audience who's like, "Oh, like, well, it's this like close enough, right?"
Yeah.
And they're kind of like basically making a fool of Kristoff.
Yeah. He's
There's a guy in the audience like obviously planted
yeah.
in the audience to kind of poke fun at the psychic.
Yeah.
But then there's a pretty good interaction with him and two other audience members.
Two ladies.
Where he senses the name and he talks to them and he's like, "Hey, like, you guys had a brother, you had a son. He took his own life, and it still hurts." And they go, "Yeah, like it happened about 5 years ago."
So we didn't get an answer. It just kind of happened.
Yeah, and he's like, "I want you to know that he's passed on, he's fine, and he wants to let you guys know that it was not your fault."
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, okay, so you kind of get some kind of resemblance of like, all right, maybe
Maybe he's not all.
My head
maybe
was.
he's not all smoke and mirrors.
I was being
Yeah.
cynical. I was like,
Like,
oh, he
there's
probably filled out some
another
kind of
plan.
info card.
Yeah.
Like he knows them. But then the scene after that is where I was like, oh, okay, he's clearly.
But
The real
at the
deal,
same
but-
time, no,
oh.
Bobby's right. But at the same time, it could have been like, oh, you had a brother, right, brother, and I just want to let you know he's moved on. He's good. Like he misses you. It's like, well, yeah, of course. Like that's I can
That's-
say that.
It's
You know?
things that people want to hear.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
I can easily say that.
So yeah, I wasn't really too convinced until the following scene,
Mm-hmm.
which is
Yeah.
where he gets interrupted. Like, was he talking? I forgot what it is. It's like,
A name was coming in. Minnie, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
Mhm.
the name Minnie.
And his eyes.
Very strong presence. His eyes start rolling back. He falls to his knees. He's screaming in agony.
I didn't realize it on the first viewing, but the second one, his accent breaks.
Yeah, I didn't notice
when
too.
When he screams.
Yeah,
'cause
yeah.
It's real.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny. I was watching with my wife, and like, she's like, "Who is this guy? This guy's a clown." And I was like, "Yeah, he's to showboat, you know." And then when he screams, the accent break, and I was like, "Did he just lose his accent?" And then she's like, "Yeah, you're right."
It's real. But
You're
yeah,
right.
a very strong presence appears in the studio. The lights start flickering.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody accepts the call from the spirit, and it passes. And
Right.
that's pretty much the end of the scene. They go to get it ready for the next scene.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get these weird like moments of behind the scenes because this is like a mockumentary, so
Yeah,
it's meant to look like found footage while spliced in with interactions.
with the episode.
I love that it's like the behind the scenes is like black and white, just to show you that it's recorded in a different camera
Mm-hmm.
than the studio camera.
Yeah, that was cool.
And it's kind of cool because it's also showing like behind the stage footage, while also like the what's it called, the main stage footage. Like behind the stage, they're showing him. They're like, "Are you okay? Like, drink some water." It's like, "What's going on? Like, we should just cancel it, right?" It's like, "No, we're gonna keep going." And then the stage, they're like, "All right, guys, calm down. Everything's part of the show. Like, don't
Yeah.
be afraid." You know, like
I did think it was kind of ridiculous that to think that they're like talking about this stuff with a person like recording them.
Yeah.
So like
one
later,
of
like
the things that I had issue with was why anybody would conceivably be
it
recording
was
like
funny.
some of the behind the scene footage.
I made me think of when we
like
talked
there's
about
like
found
straight up
footage.
like like felony charges there.
Yeah.
Caught on
I did
film.
like the his manager Leo,
Mhm.
Yeah,
and they're like, "Oh, that stuff you did with the lights, that was amazing." He's like, "Yeah, well, I'll take credit for it if you want to give it to me." So it was kind of also served to kind of be like, "Hey, like that wasn't on purpose. Like
Right,
that
yeah,
happened.
exactly.
That actually happened."
Mhm.
Yeah, that was one of the problems I had with it. Like
I was like,
but,
why are they recording?
Yeah, it did add more
fine.
for like
Yeah,
the
it's
story
fine,
beats and
too.
stuff.
I'm just being
Yeah.
nitpicky,
Yeah.
but it
Like
did
if you
bug
want
me.
to nitpick it, like
Yeah.
like you can nitpick it for that.
Sure, yeah.
Because it doesn't make any
Mhm.
logical sense, but it's a movie.
Right.
Yeah,
right,
exactly.
Yeah.
That's fine. You guys remember the second guest,
Yeah, the second guest
the magician.
the magician.
the magician?
That one's great. That
Yeah.
guy's great. Like
Really?
wait,
He was like the pseudo.
He's meant to
Bad
be like
guy.
that.
no,
yeah.
he is, but like the way he introduced himself, like it's It's pretty funny. Like, he came in, took out a cigarette like that, and he
And-
just lit it up like that.
He's like insulting the audience while performing magic tricks.
Yeah.
Like, man, you guys are gullible.
Well, he's part of one of my favorite scenes coming up. But yeah, he was a total tool that was like pretty much like trying to show the audience like, hey, look, see all this that I'm doing? It looks like magic, but it's not. You know?
you very much want someone like that when you're trying to disprove like
Yeah.
possession stuff.
And
Like,
it's smart. It's smart.
'Cause
It kind of
he's
sucks.
bringing
it brings
smart.
reality to the
Yeah,
scenario.
he's basically bringing on two guests of opposite sides. One who is a spiritualist who can tap into the other side of the dimension,
Right.
and a more grounded realist who's more comfortable with the illusions and like
And mind games,
hypnosis.
hypnosis. Yeah, like he's a professional like hypnotist. He knows a lot of mind games. He's like an illusionist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
a little Mysterio.
Little Mysterio.
Yeah.
Yeah. He just needed the helmet.
But the reason why he has these two on his shows is to bring out the main event for the night, which was a psychiatrist and her patient, who was once again the survivor of a cult,
Of satanic cult.
a satanic cult.
Lily, right?
Or Lily.
Lily.
And then Lily is the one who was possessed, and then the doctor.
Yeah. So the doctor's name was, I'm pulling it up right now.
Doctor. Oh man.
June
June,
Ross
yeah.
Mitchell.
There you go, June.
So right before that happened, the median he had after the vision or like trying to communicate, he ends
Oh,
up throwing up like this black
Like
plasma.
black vial.
Yeah, and then it kind of ends with like you hear the ambulance speeding off. Like,
Yeah.
and then we get introduced to these new
It's
characters.
like, oh, he just had Pepto Bismol before he came on the show.
that's why
Make sure to drink Pepto-Bismol before
Yeah, exactly. He's just gonna
speaking
throw up
to
a black
spirits.
vial. Yeah.
And then we get a little bit of origins of Lily, and then the idea comes up of let's do a like live.
a
But,
live demonstration of what ails her.
Right. Exactly.
And then we get like a slight hint that maybe the host and Dr. June, right, are
having a fling.
bumping uglies.
Yeah. A little bit of fist bumps here and there.
Yeah. Fist
That's-
bumps, but with not their fists.
that is one of the moments that took me out of it. It's like, imagine someone recording you and you're like having this intimate conversation where you don't want anyone to find out about it right now, and it's
It's
like
just gonna go to live TV.
Yeah.
that's where you'd be like, hey, like leave me alone, and then
Yeah.
it's just that part threw me out.
I don't know if it was so much like that they were together. I think it was more so like she had a thing for him, and that's why he was able, like, not
I feel like he's-
necessarily able to
I-
manipulate her.
I felt like he was seducing her a little bit.
I feel like
he did seduce her. Is how I interpret it.
Well, no, I feel like neither of them had a thing for each other. It was just that demon that was just screwing with their minds. Because
there's literally a moment
'Cause
where
she's literally
he
like,
like
oh,
steps
she-
on her, and she's like,
I don't know about that, man.
"You gotta see the scene."
Gotta watch the movie.
Yeah.
I didn't even watch it. What are we talking about again, guys?
But then
Tremors.
when a demon starts to talk about him, and to me that was just confirmation that like, oh no, they did. Like
Mm-hmm.
his wife is past at this point. I don't
Yeah.
see. No,
He's a
I should
single
probably shut
man-
up before I get myself in
Single
trouble.
man with a wedding ring.
So
But the actress for Lily, very unsettling, Ingrid Torelli.
She was great, man.
Because I saw
everyone
this in
was
theaters
great.
and I watched it with a friend of ours.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna say him by name because
He's religious.
he's, he's not getting paid to be here, and I don't have it in the budget. But every time she would like look directly at the camera, he'd be like, "Don't like that," and I was like, "Hey, you know what? I agree." So
I didn't mind it. It was just I thought everyone did an amazing job acting. Like the lead host, man, he was fantastic.
yeah,
Yeah.
And I'm holding off to get to where
he's-
my favorite part.
he's been in a couple of big films, but I feel like his career is only now just beginning.
Yeah.
That's
He's-
true, yeah.
I think he's gonna do a lot of really great stuff.
Mhm.
I think he even has like a.
He's
I
like
don't
a
know if
great
it's like
side character.
I think he's a lead.
He's a lead, you think?
He's a lead.
It's tight.
Not even just from this film alone, but he's also a pretty good character actor. He was in Ant-Man. He was.
Was he?
Yeah, he was one of the thieves.
Oh,
He's the one with the real heavy accent.
Oh, him. Oh, you're still
I
talking
remember.
about him. Oh, I'm talking about the co-host.
The
No.
co-hosts,
Yeah.
the chubby guy.
Yeah.
Oh, he seemed nice.
He seemed nice.
Yeah.
His
Like,
name
okay,
was.
yeah, no, I know he's a lead
in the
for
movie.
sure.
His name was Gus.
Yeah, Gus. No,
You think
no,
he's a lead?
no, yeah, he can definitely be a lead in other movies, but like that's why I was saying like he's like a really good side character. But the other one, the host, the one that you're talking about, like no, he's definitely a lead.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Gus, I think, did a good job in the movie, but I feel like he wasn't really in the movie too much.
Nah,
He reminded me of when you watch like a talk show and you have that person on the side.
Yeah.
Did you
just
immediately
cracking
like?
jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
that's what he was.
um,
Like that dude who I forgot what show it is where he's on the red carpet and he's giving people
Guillermo.
like tequila. Yeah,
Guillermo.
Guillermo from Jimmy
Kinda
Kimmel.
Or if you've ever watched Conan, is Andy.
yeah.
Yeah, there's just a little fat sidekick.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, likable person.
Yeah. Jolly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
jolly,
yeah.
yeah, exactly. Wholesome.
Yeah.
So he fit that role perfectly.
Yeah.
I could say that. We're in the same weight class.
Can't tell on the camera, man. You're wearing a blazer.
I know. I look pretty nice.
Yeah, you do.
Maybe you'll see it in the
You
monologue.
do great.
but-
Yeah, you do, man.
Did you guys have a favorite kill?
I'll get there later.
Yeah, I'll get there later too.
Because I want to finish off the main story before I.
So Lily gets possessed. First possession. Goes a little bit of haywire, right?
Yeah, I love the overlay of her voice.
Me too. I
sick.
I didn't
'Cause I've
expect
seen
it
a
to
lot
be
of
that
possessions like that.
creepy
Not
in
like
a
that.
way.
And the practical effects on her makeup.
Yeah.
They were good.
It was
good
a very
makeup.
small. It was her hair down. She looked up, kind of reminiscent of like the Exorcism. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So
And it's kind of cool because it's like you can tell that you don't see her face, you see her eye and a little bit of her cheek. Like you don't see the rest of her face. It's hidden, but you just tell it like, oh, that's creepy.
That's not really.
That's creepy. Like, so I really enjoyed that.
yeah, and I do like the because they were basically saying like, oh, I think this is this demon that this
Metathrax or
that
something
this
like
cult worshipped, and the psychiatrist like, no, I actually think it's a smaller demon. I think demons thrive on tricking people and
Yeah.
living like thriving off lies. So I actually think it's this demon. But the demon gets a little too personal, a little too intimate.
Yep.
Psychiatrist doesn't like that. Slaps her live on television.
Yeah.
And then that scene, because it's back to Lily.
that. Yeah.
That scene was like her delivery was so good, where she was like, "Why did you do that? Like I can't control myself when I'm like that."
I know, and it's like it's crazy because that demon is so foul, but then that girl is so innocent, So it's like you can feel it's like, oh, that wasn't a demon who slapped,
Yeah.
I personally thought she was still possessed afterwards.
There's no way of knowing.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought
that's
the
what's
same.
fun
No, I
about
thought
it.
the same. I'm like,
That's
the demon's
where-
just screwing with her. Like it's
Yeah.
just going back and forth.
At this point in the movie, this is where the movie starts to pick up for me, where I'm like, oh, okay, like now we're seeing
Now
like
stuff's happening.
no, yeah, not just stuff, but like more character uniqueness to the movie. Like you said, the voiceover, the overlay between her voice and the demon's voice,
Mhm.
that was pretty unique. Usually they play them simultaneously, but there was like a cut, like it was almost like they were separated.
There was a small delay
Yeah.
between. Yeah.
And Bubby's right. Like I do think that she was actually possessed the whole time. There's a scene towards
She's
the end where like shit's going haywire, where it's just Lily. She's just laughing, having a great time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So we'll
I
get
think,
that scene
yeah, I think
in a
I
little
think
bit.
it's, she's possessed all the
So
time.
all these little things were like, especially with her as a character, I was like, I can't tell if she's possessed or not. I'm assuming she is because everything in this movie has been really obvious and projected to
And
me.
on top of that, she keeps saying like, no, we gotta show people the truth. Like I want them
We got
to
to show
believe
Mr.
me.
Mr. Wriggler.
That I
Yeah.
actually believed was like something she would say as herself
Yeah,
because
she's like,
she's someone who's actually possessed, where people think she's making it up, and it's their opportunity to actually show it to the world.
That's true. Yeah.
So it's like that's why I was like, it's we're this fine line of like.
it's left ambiguous, and I think that works toward the film's strength.
I
because
think the ambiguity of the movie is highly like one of the like at the end of this movie when we get there, I feel like all the questions I had after made the movie so much more better. Like,
That's true. Yeah. No, I had
significantly
the
better.
same thing too. Like that's around the point where I'm like, I sat up. Like,
because I was like, I want
It was like,
answers.
45 minutes. I guess the movie's starting.
yeah, I
Let's-
know. Like,
I
wow.
wanted-
After 20 minutes of intros and
I
30
wanted
minutes,
more from the movie as it was going, and me like it's almost like when you finish a good episode of like a show, or when you watch it, or you're reading something, and it just ends, and you're like,
Yeah.
dang, I wish there was more.
I do like the limited runtime to this film because
Yeah,
I feel
me
like
too.
if
Me too.
it had gone on a little bit longer,
It would have over-explained.
Yeah,
It would have taken
yeah,
away too much.
It would
That's
have dragged, and
that's
it
what I'm
already
saying.
dragged
It's
in
so
the
much a
beginning a
strength.
little bit. So
yeah.
if
And
it
as I
would've-
mentioned consistently, less is more when it comes to
yeah,
horror
no,
film
that's
for me.
definitely true. That's definitely true.
But as she's possessed, things are going a little wild. She starts floating. You know, they're able to get her back up, right?
Right.
And the magician, the skepticist, is like, all right, like that's cool and all. He's like, but I know how you did it.
Yeah.
He's like, I 100% know how you did it, and I'll show you guys right now.
That's my favorite part, by the way.
and he gets Gus.
Oh yeah, that was pretty sick.
Lovable, gullible Gus. He gets him on stage. And he's like, all right, I'm gonna hypnotize you, and you guys in the audience, I'm gonna hypnotize you guys too. He's like, just look at this watch, or whatever. It was like a spindle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's like, just look at this, and I'll show you guys a demonstration. I'm gonna have a smoke machine for atmosphere. Let's turn down the lights.
Mm-hmm.
And I did like Jack's line in that one. He's like, oh, like, you know, we say in show business, like whenever you see smoke, it means there's a smoke machine. Because that is what that means. And if we could afford one, there'd be one on right now.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Everything we got super soggy over here. The studio is ruined. It's covered
moldy.
in mold. We're gonna have to evacuate
Our mics and stuff.
So there's a sequence where he's like, hey, you're afraid of worms, right? And he goes, yeah, like they're just gross, you know, like they don't have arms or legs or eyes. They're just weird. And he's like, hey, something's wrong with your neck there. He's like, oh, like, well, I cut myself shaving earlier. He's like, no, like there's definitely something wrong with your neck. And it's like a giant gash in his neck.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, hey, like, what is that? And he starts pulling it out. It's a worm.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of worms. He's like, oh, I feel them. I feel them all inside me.
Yeah.
And he starts like feeling around his stomach, and he pulls his stomach apart.
Yeah.
And just a bunch of worms come out. And it's not just him.
Yeah.
The audience is reacting. Everyone's like,
everybody's just horrified.
They're freaking out.
Yeah.
And then the magician's like, all right, like you're good. And
wait, hold on.
he's like,
the face too. Remember the face?
No, yeah. He's like, you're good.
Yeah.
He snaps his fingers, and he's like, no, like help me, like help me. And he's like, the magician's like freaking out. He's like what's going on, you know? And then he's just more worms come out, and then like his face splits open, a giant worm comes out.
It's just so I love that. It's
yeah,
like,
crazy
it looks
shot.
so cheesy, but I was like, I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
so,
I was right there with you.
Turns out everything was under control. He did have everybody hypnotized. And they play back the footage. And
I love that. I love that. He's like, I can show you. I can prove it.
I can
play back
show
the
you
footage.
exactly what happened.
Yeah, and they play back the footage, and nothing was happening. I was like, that's so clever. Like, that is so clever.
And then Lily has an idea. Little Lily, precious little Lily. She goes, hey, if that didn't show up on film, then neither would our stuff.
Right, exactly.
Like, so why don't we go back and watch that? And then the producers were like, hey, like our talents, they're ready to come out, like they're gonna end the show. And Jack goes, you know what, like I don't want to end it on a cliffhanger. Let's go back and let's review the footage. Right? So they go back to review the footage, and they won't leave you on a cliffhanger, but we will. So we'll be right back after this short break.
I hate it. Suspenseful.
All right. So they go back and review the footage, and everything is exactly as we witnessed it the first time. She's floating. She's speaking in double voices. Obviously, the magician's like, hey, like, no, there's got to be something. Like, you guys definitely manipulated this. Like, there's no way this all happened. And then Jack sees something. He sees something pretty interesting while they're playing back the footage. He says, hey, stop it. Stop the film. Play it frame by frame. They just play it frame by frame. And he sees his wife.
Which I thought it was super cheesy. I'm like, I knew that he was going to see something in it. And I was like, oh, what is it? Is it a face? Is it a figure?
Is
but
it the
it's
devil?
literally,
It's already late night.
It's literally just like his wife glowing white. And I was like, is this supposed to be like a ghost?
Did she look
or
like
something?
Mr. Burns? Like, I breathe
yeah.
love.
It gave me that. It gave me that vibe. It gave me that vibe. And I was like,
did you guys pause it the first time it happened?
No.
Oh, you couldn't movie. I mean, like, yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you really?
Yeah, it's two different images. So when
you saw it when it happened.
Yeah.
So it does. That actually does show up.
When she's possessed, and that scene happens. There's a moment where it like flips, and it's what it is. It's her talking forward, and the side of her, like the back, like the side of her face is the wife's face. Like it's as if like it's like in her like head.
Yeah, because
It's a different
a little
angle.
bit after that scene. He mentions behind the scenes while they're talking. He's like, she sounded like Minnie for a minute.
So the way I don't know why they didn't just use the same shot, because it was sick when they had that pause frame.
Yeah, I could have. That would have been sick.
Yeah, because it was as if she was talking and then like like
that would have
version
been
of her
sick.
head
Yeah,
face.
that would have
It
been
was-
sick.
I'll show you the image later, but
Yeah.
it's that, and then when they pause it and she's just standing there
She's just
glowing.
she's like this, like,
like,
in
oh,
a drove. I was like, what the fuck is that? I was
Yeah.
like, is that supposed to be like a ghost or something?
She's bringing us love. Get her.
Yeah, it really reminded
really
me
did,
of
like,
that of The
she's-
Simpsons, like
was
Mr.
funny,
Burns,
yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah.
and the ghost. Yeah, dude. It was. I thought that. I mean, the movie's already cheesy and goofy.
Yeah.
I feel like that was a little like, I don't know. I won't
and,
say it
and,
didn't
then
jump
the
the
magician's
shark,
like, "You planned this from the beginning."
Yeah.
I knew that. And it's like,
So one of the things we didn't mention is the magician.
incentive.
Yeah, had an incentive. He basically said, "Look, if anybody can prove the occult to me, if anybody can prove like afterlife, demons, ghosts, anything, I have
a money prize.
$500,000,
I was
right here.
100 million.
100 million?
100,000.
100,000.
Yes,
So
100,000.
about what was 1/10 of a million?
Yeah.
Not
Back
not
in the
anything
day, that shit would
not
have been
anything to shake
crazy.
your nose at.
10% of a million. Sure,
Yeah.
go for it. Yeah.
Like you make a deal with the devil for that kind of money. So, so
I'll
he
give
always
that
had
to
that
Jack.
in his breast pocket. And I did like earlier in the film where he had that
Yeah,
pocket. He's
they-
like, I do have a
like-
feeling we'll be seeing that check once again before the night ends.
Yeah.
And that does come up in a little funny bit toward the end of the film. But
So what happens after they see the rewind? Because this part kind of a little blurred to me.
yeah,
like, is it just
everything
like,
happens so
fast.
quickly,
Yeah.
and this is like everything just feels ramped up to 11 at this point of the film.
Well, right after that, I feel like Jack, right? He just feels like, no, we gotta just get to the bottom of this. Like, let's just do the possession again. Like, maybe it'll come up now, you know? And the lady was like, no, we can't do it a second time. Like, this is way too risky, you know?
Yeah.
And he convinces her. He's like, no, you gotta, like, for her, like, she's special. Like, we need to do something with her. Like, this girl, like, screw the show. He's like, forget the show. Even though he didn't really say that, but he's like, forget the show. Let's just get to the bottom of this right now. Like, we have it. Let's just do it right now.
So the way I remember it is like, he's like, oh, we have to have her on again so we could do this again.
Yeah.
So double reason, feature, and wants to figure it out. But then out of nowhere, that's when does she just gets possessed again? Is that they don't redo the possession portion? So do you remember how it played out?
Nope, not even a little
Why
bit.
don't I remember either? What the fuck?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's weird because it's like she's like watching herself. They're arguing.
We did see the movie,
and then
by
it goes-
the way. We're not just like
It's like thunderbolt of lightning, like
It
goes
very
across.
frightening.
travels in
Yeah.
the studio.
Yes.
Yeah, it travels in the studio. It hits her, right?
Yeah, and then this is where like,
Yeah.
and then this is part's crazy. Her head fucking, I mean, sorry, it just splits open.
Yeah, her head splits open.
And
It's
just
just
like,
plasma, laser
and
everywhere.
then
like,
everything's going crazy. We get Gus, his fucking.
Gus,
head
good old
spins back.
reliable Gus. He comes in,
Yeah.
tries to save the day.
Uh,
He saw The Exorcism. When did The Exorcism come out?
No, 1971, I think.
1971.
Or 1973.
So he was there, premiere of the movie, I'm sure, because he runs
I'm
up.
sure,
he runs up to
yeah.
her with the cross. The power of Christ compels you. Hey, it didn't.
It
She twists
compelled
his neck.
him.
and then we
The
get
psychiatrist steps in. She's
June.
gonna try and stop him. June walks in.
she uses her method of usually shutting the demon out.
And
gets
the demon's
levitated.
like, "No, I'm not doing that today." Grabs the chain around her neck.
And it looks
And
like
hangs
she's
it
gonna.
from her.
It looks like she's gonna just hang her,
That's what I thought.
and then that shit just severs her like
her neck,
her
yeah,
trachea.
over,
Just
yeah.
Yeah, completely
yeah.
through the other side.
And the magician.
The magician.
That's
Yeah.
that part's hilarious.
yeah,
yeah.
that's so funny.
As promised, gives her the check.
It's like, you win, you win.
She says something that
I-
was
I-
like,
I don't
it
remember.
was
I
pretty,
just-
it was pretty like cheesy. She says something specifically to him.
What did she say? She says, "Oh, it was something. It was clever too." What did she say?
It wasn't clever.
Oh,
I
it was
just-
know
something
that much.
cheesy, but what
I
did
just
she
remember
say?
he was like he starts like trying to like worship her, and then he's like money.
Reminds you of like
like, I don't need
Benny
your money
from
for
The
that.
Mummy.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
she,
yeah. That's
she
pretty
burns
accurate.
the check, and him from the inside out
Yeah, melts him,
melts him.
and then our host dips. Like, he just, I mean,
What are
rightfully
you
so.
gonna do?
Exactly, no,
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, he did.
And I love the way this moment of her just staring at him as he's running away, and the door shuts, and then everything cuts to black, and then everything reopens in a different frame.
And
Yeah.
we're not
And-
we're not in the show anymore. We're in
We're kind of in the show.
I know, but in a different, I guess, in a different reality, you can say. We're not seeing the show anymore. We're seeing a different perspective of.
There's so many ways to interpret it, but it's pretty cool.
He comes to, he's like, where am I? And then Gus is like, oh, like what do you mean you're at the studio? He's like, well, how did I get here? He's like, the same way you always get here, Jack. You take this road right here on that street.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, like this isn't right, you know. And then everything gets very
distorted,
psychedelic.
I love this scene,
point.
dude. This scene was this is my favorite scene of the movie.
I actually felt like it dropped off for me a little bit.
No way.
It dropped off a little bit for me too.
Don't get me wrong, I like it, but how insane would it have been if it just cut to black?
I get it. It would have been if it was like a live, like actually like what was happening, but because it was the climax for I can't remember the host's name. Was it
Jack Doherty?
Jack Doherty.
It being the climax for Jack was like the best. I say it fell off in the last scene, which we're gonna discuss in a second. But like that whole segment of him like living through a perpetual hell, going through his old episodes.
I thought that was great.
I thought it was like, insane.
It should have just ended right there, and I was like, wow, that's really great.
Where should have ended for you?
Right there, when they revealed that he was the reason why his wife died, he made a deal with the devil, you know,
on the Grove
to kind of like popularize his show in exchange for his wife's health. You know what I mean? And then him reliving through that in the show, that's his own personal hell that the demon created. And I was like,
I interpreted somewhere similar. Like the demon, he's actually when he left, I thought, oh, he's dead, and he's forced to live in his hell.
And then I was that same thing. I thought the same thing. And I was like, this is a great way. I hope it ends right now because it's such a.
It ends shortly after that, but yeah.
They try to.
That's
make
where my
it,
mindset was watching it, and then there was a moment that really got me. That like as an audience member, I was watching the movie, and I was like, damn, that was.
Like as someone who grew up watching, Night Owls, you know.
No, man, it was so good when he was like, turn off the TV. He's like, turn it off, please, turn off the TV. And I'm like, if I turn off the TV right now, I end his suffering. I was like, but I'm not gonna.
I'm
gonna watch the end.
Oh, that's crazy.
And I was like, damn, that hit so hard for me. I was
crazy.
like,
I didn't even think about that, dude. I didn't even think about that.
Because he's begging you to turn off the TV. You're the audience. You're the reason why he's on the show right now.
Yeah.
So if you were to turn off your TV, he doesn't have to get to his end.
8.5 out of 10, dude.
Yeah, I was like, amazing.
We'll get there in a little bit, but I do want to ask. Do you think his deal was specifically to sacrifice his wife, or do you think he made a deal?
No.
I thought
he
originally
made a deal with the devil to popularize his show.
Yeah, but at a cost, because there's a scene where he's in the grove, and they go, "Oh, like Jack, like, what'd you have to give up for this success?" And then they go, "Oh, like, well, he hasn't given up anything yet." So
that's a combination of stuff. So initially, when on my first viewing, I was like, "Oh, he sacrificed her." Like it's clearly that he sacrificed her to me. But then after going over like special features and stuff and like hearing directors talk about it, no, he was like, no, he didn't know what the sacrifice was going to be. He just said that like he made a deal to pursue his dreams, and then it just ended up being his wife.
Do you think his
and
wife
that's so
knew
much
about
worse?
It?
Huh? No.
Because remember there was that one scene where like his wife, in the very beginning actually, where his wife is having an interview with, it was his wife, him having an interview, and then she says something like a little bit sarcastically and kind of looks at him like belittling him a little bit, and he kind of looks at her kind of like in disgust, like, well, shit, you know, she's on to me. Like I felt there was a little bit of like hatred between them two, and that scene.
I just interpret it as sadness because
there was sadness. No, there was sadness, but like the way
I get what you're saying.
She paused on her words and looked at him, and then like her face changed. You know, it wasn't sadness; it was anger. And then he looked at her as like kind of like not in sadness either, but as kind of like guilt.
Yeah. So my two things is when I watched that scene, I thought he was feeling the guilt of. Like he realized what he has done at this point.
Well, that's what So
I thought I thought her was sadness and anger for knowing she has to leave.
And then I think his was guilt because he inadvertently caused this.
Yeah, exactly.
So he realizes like, this is my fault.
He knew that was his fault, but I feel like she somewhat knew. Maybe it's like, oh, this is happening.
She might have
because of him. Because I mean,
That's also a weird conclusion for her to jump to.
Oh yeah, like
So,
you.
I'm
yeah.
dying because you made a deal with the devil.
But no,
Next time I
yeah.
get sick, I'm like, oh, my wife's
And then-
making deals again.
Yeah.
And then we get to the final scene where it's his wife on her deathbed.
Deathbed, yeah.
He's reliving the moment, but she gives him the sacrificial dagger, and she's like, "Please end my suffering." And because of all the guilt he has experienced, knowing that he sacrificed his wife, he's like, "Oh, I can end her suffering here." Then we get this slow stab.
He turns off her TV.
Yeah, he gives a slow stab, and then we get like the scream or like the gasp of air from
Yeah.
Lily, and
We
it
go
ends.
back to the studio.
Yeah. And it ends with him back at the studio having stabbed her with a sacrificial dagger,
And
hearing the sirens
yeah,
going off, police approaching, end of the movie. And I was like, what? What?
which is still, I don't know, it was still kind of
was-
like cool, whatever ending, like, oh, now he's finally gonna pay for what he did, and then like Lily's free, everybody's dead, he's getting what he deserved, you know what I mean? Like, but at the same time, I really wanted to then like
Yeah,
me
the
and-
hell
yeah,
ending would have been
Perpetual
cool.
hell.
personal hell, like that would have been like, I don't know if you guys have you ever you seen Lucifer or no?
No.
The
No?
series or
Yeah,
the
the
series? No, I
series,
haven't seen it.
There's this concept in that show that whenever somebody dies, right, and they go to hell, they keep reliving over and over again their most traumatic moment or their moment with the most guilt, and they live that on a constant loop, so like that I was like, oh, that's so perfect. Like for him to relive that in his own show, it's like the irony is in that it's like, oh, it's the cherry on top, on top.
And an idea that he's guilted because he did this. This is
He
what
did
he
this.
wanted.
This is-
wanted.
This is everything he wanted. It's a monkey's paw.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everything he ever
exactly.
wanted, at the cost of the person he loved the most. And this is what
in
he
his
has.
in his own personal like.
Begging you to end it.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. So that's why this is one of those weird times where my favorite scene and my favorite kill are two different things.
Yeah, same here.
That's
same
why I
here.
was like, let me
Yeah.
talk about it when we get there. Cause,
Yeah, same here.
So we can answer that question now. So you go ahead and rephrase it. We'll get back to us.
And movie ends.
Yeah. Movie ends. Did you guys have a favorite kill?
For me, it was the strangulation into a decapitation. the gore in the shot was sick. It didn't look too like overly like special effectsy. It just looked like
Yeah, for me,
Uh,
not a favorite kill, but a favorite scene was the hallucination scene with Gus.
the worms?
Yeah, with the worms.
worms.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
that was
those
animatronics,
effects were
super sick.
so practical and so cheesy. I was like,
Yeah.
I love that they didn't try to hide the imperfections.
Yeah.
Like it was like,
Like,
it
you
was
could
like,
see the wires.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's like Indiana Jones, like when the face melts, like
Yeah,
it's, like,
yeah, it was
it's
very-
something like that. Like it's so imperfect, but
In my original like spoiler-free review, I basically said this film felt like a extended version of a VHS segment,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
very
yeah,
valid.
Yeah, that's true.
and I stand by that. The one thing I don't stand by, however, is my original rating, and I feel like I'm going to raise that up just a little bit. I'm going to go that up to an 8
Ah.
on my rating,
This guy
just because
could-
of what you guys
Well,
brought
I feel
in
like there's
about
so many
the-
sevens. I'm gonna go to an 8.
No, yeah.
Fine, I agree. I mean, it's,
Yeah,
it's
because
fine.
what I do like to do on the show is talk about our ratings before we get into the mix of things, because the way you guys experience movies is so different
Yeah.
from how I watch movies.
Yeah,
Because I'm very like, this is what it is.
that's
This
true.
is just a
yeah.
movie, right?
Yeah. I'm
Um,
over here like
Like analyzing everything.
I'm,
Yeah,
over,
like
yeah,
you're watching.
I'm over here like, oh, those effects are great. This
Like,
is
oh, you think Bobby's done with the
yeah.
movie? Walk in, there's like sticky notes all over the wall. It looks like the older gods. You're just like, you don't understand. Like I think you made the deal for this reason.
yeah, I had a really good the reason why I don't bring it up higher is because it really did drag in the beginning. I was like,
And at
set
the
up,
end a little
set
bit.
up, set up,
So-
set up,
Yeah.
and then as soon
I
as
watched
things
it
kicked
prior.
off, it was
I
like,
watched it prior, so when I started rewatching it for today's episode, I skipped the first 20 minutes.
yeah,
Oh
which-
yeah.
If you guys watched the movie and
Oh,
you did
that's
feel like the
cheating,
movie was a
bro.
little low,
No wonder this
it-
guy's
there's
like,
also-
hey,
got all
I'm
the
on my way
meat
to
and
pick you up.
potatoes.
He's like, okay, I'm gonna start watching the movie. I get to his house, I'm done with the movie. I was like, how did the movie end in 45 minutes?
talent.
hey, well, you saw it in theaters.
Yeah,
I would. This
that's
movie
true,
would have been
that's
sick in
fine.
theaters.
It was sick in theaters.
Yeah.
And the thing is, because of the
the sound is
random controversy behind the film, we basically had the theater to ourselves. This was like not opening weekend, but this was definitely the same week it came out.
crazy.
Mhm, that's good.
So did this movie remind you guys of anything?
Cleansing hour. That was the first one I
Cleansing
thought.
Hour.
It was too like on point.
I didn't know anything about the cleansing hour, so when I was watching it, I was like, this is actually a really good.
I feel like
a
if
really
I
unique story,
yeah,
it's a really new concept.
we should watch the cleansing hour for fun.
What did it
or for
remind
an
you
episode,
of?
but it's
'Cause
crazy.
It reminded me of a certain movie, but I can't really.
Like I said, it just reminded me of like a really long VHS segment.
It did.
Oh.
It really did actually.
Random thing I wanted to talk about. So my favorite scene was where he's screaming to end it all, like turn off the TV. That was so good.
Yeah.
And my favorite kill was the decapitation. One of the things I don't know if you guys caught it immediately, but the idea of the grove. You guys know that's a real thing, right?
Like the cult or like the actual the grove.
The place and the idea that it's a cult. It's like a conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
No, do you know about it or no?
No, I don't.
No.
So there's a summer camp, quote unquote, for like rich politicians and people of like higher status, and they go to a thing called the Bohemian Grove, and it's only males. They're all very successful, and then it became like this conspiracy theory or joke that it's like, oh no, it's really a cult
Like,
where people
they're
sacrifice.
just going there to sacrifice goats and virgins, and that's
Yeah.
how they get their wealth.
That's how they get their wealth, exactly.
Yeah.
So then for them to bring it into this movie, I was like, I know what that is. I'm pretty sure I know about it because of Papa Meat, because I watch a lot of Creepcasts and stuff. But I was like,
That's funny.
oh yeah, that's. I don't know if you guys knew that, but that was
No,
cool.
no.
That was a cool
I had no idea.
based in reality type thing
Yeah.
that really does exist. And then what else was there? I think there was an animatronic for the worm, the one that you were.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was also super sick. So it was just some side notes I wanted to bring up.
Like if we were super rich and wealthy and part of the grove, we would probably track down that animatronic and keep it on set.
I would do so many bits of that.
Exactly. Like, isn't that right, Wormy? That's right. But yeah,
back
final
after these
thoughts. Anything you
messages.
guys want to mention before we wrap up today's episode?
It's a good movie. I hope you watched
Really
it.
decent movie. Came and went. Kind of flew under everybody's radar except for that controversy. I feel like if the controversy
Yeah.
would have been there, like this movie would have gotten a little bit more love, but it still would have flown under the radar regardless. I feel like
Yeah.
Oh, it's horror, so it's like always
Yeah,
always gonna, like,
always getting
sail right
snubs.
below. Yeah,
it's doing pretty good in Hulu though. Like I remember when it first came out on Hulu because it came out like a month ago on Hulu, right?
Yeah, that's
Well-
actually, it's funny because I saw this in theaters and I was like, I want to talk about this on the
Yeah.
channel. And it just became recently available. So once we caught up with our schedules, I was like, hey, let's do this movie next.
Yeah, it's getting a lot of traction on Hulu. Like it's been number in the top 5 for a while.
I wonder if it has to do with the fact that the controversy has been forgotten.
Probably.
Because I knew nothing about the controversy until watching it for this, and I was like, that sucks that it's a thing. That like, it sucks that it happened, but it's also
it just
like
happened in the wrong time. Just
Bad
'cause
timing.
The protests were going
Even then,
on
it's
and
like,
things
I-
were extra
I get why people are upset.
sensitive. I guess
It's like you don't want to steal jobs from artists,
of course.
but that's the main concern, and
Well,
that's
not
why I
only-
say
not
absolute
only
respect
not
for that.
steal jobs from artists, just like you don't want to, I guess, get rid of that human art form. You know, because
Yeah,
creativity coming from humans, that's like that's you know
That's what creativity is.
that's what made history, you know.
Yeah.
And for AI to just create art, I guess you can call it like, or make a picture like out of nowhere, you know, it's not creative. Like it's just generated, you know.
Yeah,
Like,
but-
there's no thought behind it. There's no feelings. There's no emotions behind it. All of that. So I feel like that's the main issue with that. With when AR creates like some sort of picture or video or design or something like that. Like there's no emotion. There's no
There's no depth.
there's
to
no
it.
depth into it, you know, like because when somebody creates something like, oh, I created it because I was feeling like this, or I wanted to make you feel like this, you know, but
and that's why I'm looking at this when I'm viewing this art. I'm viewing this whole movie as a whole. It's like all the acting, all the direction, the cinematography, the animatronics, the
Yeah.
special effects, all of that stuff is like it's all one piece of art, and I'm not gonna blame like this one tiny piece to be like, oh yeah, no,
It's
it's
the
all
same-
it's all ruined because
it's
of
the
that.
same thing as like let's
'Cause
say
if- I felt a certain way about the movie. I thought that was great. Like,
yeah, it's like the same thing as like let's say your mom makes like her secret recipe of brownies, right? And it's like, oh, they're the best brownies I ever had in my life, and it's like all of a sudden they're like, well, I have the recipe, I'm gonna give it to this factory, they're gonna just make like a bunch of different like batches of it. It's like it just doesn't. I mean, the recipe's there, but there's something missing, you know. Like,
I would consider it more close to like, imagine you got this really nice, immaculate piece of art,
mhm.
right? And it's like, oh, this thing's it's worth millions of dollars, right? and this is yours, and you
Yeah.
get it, and you see a small crack, a small imperfection in the thing, you're like, oh, this is worthless. I don't want any of this.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care how hard the artist worked on it.
Right.
Because of this
exactly.
small imperfection
Mm-hmm.
that I personally have a problem with, I don't care about this artwork at all.
And now that is different than when abuse is happening, where like it's a
Oh
situation
yeah, no, that's,
where it's like
come on,
they treated actors horribly.
Yeah.
Like they just that's that completely. And then the whole art is spoiled by that regard.
Yeah,
Exactly.
because this was more so like
Those
the
are
year
two
the year
different
2022, and you're like, oh hey, there's this cool thing where it makes like images, like we should mess around with this, right?
Oh yeah, they're like, hey, let's make it.
Let's see what we can make with
outro
this.
cards.
Yeah,
And then,
as opposed to we don't want to hire artists, we don't want to hire writers, just put it in this computer. That's our movie.
yeah,
That's the difference between why I think like if it was another movie where it was like, oh, the script's 100% AI generated.
yeah. If it was egregious, like
Yeah.
like completely misuse and just outright to just cut budget,
Yeah.
like then I would say so. But again,
But this movie was
Or did you guys ever see that clip of the Mythbusters when they create that paintball machine, where it's like, oh, we'll show you how a computer works, and it's like they pretty much put like I want to say like 300, no more, like I think like 700 different paintballs, and like this machine is gonna shoot them all at the same time, and they press a button and it shoots and it creates like a picture of the Mona Lisa in paintballs, right? It's not perfect, right? But if you see it from far, it's like, yeah, you can easily tell that's a reference to the Mona Lisa, which in reality, the Mona Lisa, the actual painting, took like 14 years for one person to paint and all that. And
for it to be copied.
Exactly,
Like,
exactly. For it to just be
immediately.
copied
Yeah.
in seconds, you know? So it's like, I guess that's why, you know?
Yeah, that's where the offense comes in.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But this one I feel like was just like an innocent, like let's try it out. Everyone's talking about it. It seems kind of
Yeah.
cool.
yeah,
Or not even that.
It
It's
wasn't
like,
malicious. It was just kind of like, oh, let's try it. Like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like we should put that in the movie.
or not even that. Maybe it's like, oh, well, we don't have that big of a budget, you know?
Like
we
if
don't
I
have,
that's
made
what
you-
I thought it was.
If I made
Yeah,
you a
yeah.
best friend
That's what I thought
bracelet,
too.
right? I made you a best friend bracelet.
yeah.
I don't remember where I was going with this. We should
Well,
make bracelets.
look, listen. When it comes to making a low budget movie, they're gonna cut corners wherever they can. All right, if it saves them like a few bucks, they'll do it.
Yeah.
Trust me, like they'll do it. And
That's why all the behind the scenes footage is in black and white. They couldn't afford the color.
No. Seriously. Like even like look at Clerks. The reason why it's in black and white is because it was cheaper to make that way.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people think, oh no, it's because it's supposed to make it feel like dream-like, but no, they filmed it like that because
Them.
it's cheaper. You know, like, and yeah, like sadly, like studios would cut corners just to save a few bucks. You know.
Yeah.
And in this case,
Like any
yeah, and at this
corporation.
case, like AI was starting to become big, and they saw that as an opportunity. Like, hey, we can easily save money on just creating just a few illustrations that we can use in the background. You know, so I feel like that's what they did
yeah.
it for.
But we're not time to close out. I hope you watched it. I hope you liked it as much as we did. Definitely check it out if you didn't. So please do.
It's pretty good.
So that is all the time we
It's
have
fun.
for tonight. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. If you feel so inclined to support the channel, feel free to follow us on our social medias. There should be a link in the description as well as our names somewhere on the screen. Probably not. But we do appreciate you guys listening for this long. We do appreciate you guys supporting our art. And we do hope we see you guys on the next video. Thank you. Good
Thank you
night.
so much. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Wait, keep waiting.
Da-da-da-da-da.
And you guys say bye to the audience
Smack your ass.
members. Yeah. Thank you. Hope to have you guys around next